Hello, everyone. It's been a little while since I did one of these. So thanks for tuning in. Today, I am going to be talking to you about the V1 of building an AI tool that's there to help you, specifically helping TAs, right? Or HR managers or founders that are interested in a recruitment strategy. And I did this because I feel that a lot of the time what's happening is at the moment is that when you're using tools, most of them are trying to automate the decisions for you. And what I want to do is provide something that helps you diagnose and strategize so that you can actually do this yourself. And you're going to be learning and improving. And as you know, if you've been following and subscribed to the newsletter, you'll see I've been speaking about TA strategy for a while. And I've also put out my TA strategy model that I shared last time, which was see, sense, shape, and strengthen. But I will provide a link to the more in-depth explanation of that later on. So, as I said, I want people to start thinking about the decisions they need to make and helping them themselves. So I am going to share with you what I've created. This is complete and utter V1, right? Let's see if this actually works. It's connected to LLM is ChatGPT 4.0 mini, as that was the cheapest one to use, and also it's more than powerful enough to operate this type of function. And it's also connected to the database that Jean-Marie and I created, which is the Recruitment Metrics Bible. So we've managed to get all that set up in the background, and we've created the instructions. So let's start with saying hi or hello. What it's going to do is over time, it's going to start to ask for more and more context, or we might even be able to have a specific folder or library or database with information about your specific company. But let's go, John. I'm a recruiter and I am working in a company that's 80 people large. And you don't need the things that are like, when you're starting to prompt, you don't need the perfect prompt. Don't worry about that too much. For now, it's more about just being sure that you're providing the main point. You're just dropping the main pain point, and then all you got to do is just hit submit, right? So let's have a little look and see what he's saying. So I'm going to say that I'm having a problem. So when the hiring managers are getting annoyed because we're losing candidates before they've even done the first stages. So let's see how it starts to think. So this is good. Do you see it's not immediately, I'm happy about that. It's not immediately giving us the answers. It's actually asking us to think. So where are there specific stages as the screening process? So I think it's happening in between. And you can see what we would be able to do potentially is upload some data. I did try to do that just before I broke everything, which is why it took me a little while to get this recorded. So I think it's happening in between the time the hiring managers review the shortlist and me booking them in with the candidate. I think the hiring managers are taking too long to review the shortlist. Tech. How have you approached it so far? I have told the managers they are being too slow and they are saying they are too busy. Let's see. I'm really trying to make this super basic, super quick, just to show you how it works, and also just to show me that it actually works. So let's see what actually happens after the back of this. Okay, so this is actually quite nice. So the delay is happening between here. Consider implement a checklist or a scoring system to streamline the review process and set clear deadlines for feedback. Determine who owns the process, establish a way to track them, such as monitoring response times or setting up reminders. I think that's perfectly okay for a V1. No, that's great. Thank you. Now, I wanted to incorporate a feedback loop. Let's see if it actually did it or not. Okay, great. So before you go, would you mind helping quick questions to improve this? What was one thing you liked? It was quick and easy. Maybe more depth to the answers would be helpful, and maybe a bit faster. There we go. Perfect. I could probably add something where we add more details there. Sorry, I could probably add like more of a feedback loop in terms of a rating as well, which could be quite cool. But as you can see, once it has enough of the context, it's coming up and it's actually giving us response about what we could actually do, which I quite like. And it's making you think through the problem. So it's the only thing it potentially could do more is maybe it could ask you, what do you think you should do? In fact, I'm going to write that down. Now, I'm thinking what this has the potential to do is to start thinking about, can I upload documents? Can I connect it to any API, or can I connect it to any Google Sheets? I think creating the API might be a bit more difficult connecting it wise, but if we have an uploaded documents or connected to Google Sheets directly, maybe providing more operating context, the specificities of the actual company. It maybe could go and scrape your company, careers page. Already connected it to the Metrics Bible, which is great, but maybe I could do something on the back end to see how we can learn what people are asking, and then provide maybe some workflow recommendations on certain things. And then once I've done that, what I would love to do is be able to create an avatar that you can talk to and see if that could actually work. So all in all, that's V1. But I would like to try some new features like the scraping and all that type of stuff, as I've said. I hope that was interesting for you. Not going to set the world alight per se on its own, but the whole point is it's a learning journey and see how far we can push this. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And if you have any thoughts, questions, queries, or anything, feel free to pop me a message. Have a good day. Bye-bye.